Hello. So today I want to talk about the type of company that I would consider an ideal candidate for switching all their trucks to the Tesla Semi. First of all, this company doesn't exist. It's not real. I made it up just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking. I think an ideal company would be in a relatively flat area, kind of like Louisiana, in a warmer climate, kind of like Louisiana, in a place that has cheap electricity, kind of like Louisiana. And most of that company's routes would need to be under 600 miles if they wanted to switch all of their trucks to the Tesla Semi. I bring up the cheap electricity because Tesla will be offering solar and they will have Megachargers, but that's going to take some time and it may not get to the area that this company is in. Once again, this company doesn't exist. It's not a real company. So let's say we're dealing with a medium-sized company and we'll use numbers to make all the math easy. Let's say this company has like 58 trucks. And let's say this company spends roughly $105,000 per truck. It's hard to say exactly what type of discount they would get. I mean, they wouldn't get one with Tesla. But I would imagine if you went to a truck dealership and you were ordering 20 trucks or more, they will give you a little bit of a discount. So 58 trucks, $105,000 each is $6.1 million worth of trucks. And let's pretend to use last year's numbers for this imaginary company that I made up. Let's say in 2017, this company drove, let's make some numbers that are easy to do the math with. Let's say they drove a total of 3,222,001 miles. And let's say they used 465,991 gallons of diesel, giving them a fleet average of 6.91 miles per gallon. Now we're talking about a local company, so they're probably going to be paying a wholesale price for fuel. I'll estimate about $2.20 a gallon. That would cost them $1,025,180 per year. They would also need diesel exhaust fluid for that amount of miles. They would need about 8,000 gallons at $2.50 a gallon. That would cost about $20,000. Now let's say this company that I completely made up keeps their trucks about 7 years on average. Now let's say the same company was to switch all their trucks to the Tesla Semi. They would need 58 trucks, $180,000 each. That will cost $10,440,000. One thing to note here is I'm saying they're going to get all 500-mile range trucks, but this is a local regional company and they probably could easily get away with only buying 20 of the 500-mile range trucks and 38 of the 300-mile range trucks. We're also going to assume that this company isn't in the area of a Megacharger, so they'll be doing all of their charging of the trucks on site. Now, from what I was able to look up, a company in this area would be able to get a bulk electricity rate somewhere in the area of 4 cents per kilowatt hour. Now we already know the amount of miles that this imaginary company drives, and we know that the Tesla Semi uses less than 2 kilowatt hours per mile. So we'll say the Tesla Semi gets 1.8 kilowatt hours per mile, and that would be 5,796,002 kilowatt hours. And that total cost will be $231,840 in electricity, for a fuel savings of $793,340 a year. Another thing to consider is maintenance. The industry standard for diesel trucks is about 10 cents per mile. The Tesla Semi is expected to have maintenance costs less than half of a regular diesel truck. So the Tesla Semi could drop a company's maintenance cost from $322,000 a year to $128,000 a year. Now the Tesla Semis are obviously more expensive up front. The total cost of the trucks is $4,340,000 more than the standard diesel trucks. However, you will have a fuel and maintenance savings of $941,340 as compared to a diesel truck. That will give you a break even of 4.6 years. Now this is a lot more time than Tesla said the break even would be. I think they said 2 years or 2.5 years, but these are local companies. They aren't driving as many miles, so you won't be able to save as much. That's kind of the thing with electric vehicles. The more you drive, the more you'll be able to save. Now remember, they didn't need to purchase 58 of the 500-mile range trucks. They could have just purchased 20 of those and 38 of the 300-mile range trucks. And that would have broken their break-even time down to 3.1 years. But anyway, if that company would have kept all 58 of those 500-mile range trucks for the full 7 years, they would have saved $2.25 million over the 7 years. That would be enough to buy 12 new Tesla semis. And then there are things that are hard to quantify. Basically, any company that makes a large order of the Tesla semi gets national press. And free advertising is always good. It's usually good. And with the sensors around the truck and the jackknife prevention, I think the trucks would get into a lot fewer accidents. And not just the big jackknife accidents and trucks flipping over on the side of the road. I'm just talking about little accidents with the sensors just helping you back into space and people not doing little things like I see a lot in truck stops with bumpers and mirrors getting knocked off. And also, this company that I made up would have a lot fewer breakdowns, which would mean a lot more on-time deliveries, which would mean higher customer satisfaction, which is what you want in this type of business. But as usual, like, subscribe, tell me why I'm wrong in the comments.